June 2, 2019. A soft, warm Sunday evening hung over the town of Crestwick like a sigh. The sun dipped low beyond the sycamores, the sky painted in sleepy shades of gold. Nothing in the air hinted at the unraveling to come. At 4:05 p.m., 15-year-old Ava Delaney left her house wearing her favorite sunflower-printed sneakers and a faded denim jacket. Her note on the counter said she was heading to her best friend Marcy's house to study. She promised to be home before dark. She never made it. Ava wasn't the type of girl to vanish. She was reliable, thoughtful, the kind who remembered birthdays and lent out pens to classmates without being asked. She called her mother after school every day and always came home on time. By 6:30 p.m., with no word, her mother Carla called Marcy's house. Marcy hadn't seen Ava all day. By 9 p.m., Carla had contacted everyone she could think of. No one had seen her. And Ava's phone went straight to voicemail. At 10:15 p.m., a missing persons report was filed. By the next morning, Crestwick had mobilized. Flyers printed. Search parties formed. Local news aired Ava's photo, a soft-featured teenager with warm hazel eyes and a half-smile that looked like she wasn't quite sure she belonged in front of the camera. She was last seen at 4:12 p.m. near the corner of Westbury and Lambert, captured briefly on grainy CCTV from Tilden's Pharmacy. She appeared to be speaking with someone. A young man. That young man was identified 2 days later as 19-year-old Eli Corman. He was the last person confirmed to see Ava Delaney alive. Eli Corman lived with his mother in a 2-bedroom apartment above a florist shop on Main Street. He was known around Crestwick as the quiet kid who worked in the high school's library tech office. He fixed broken printers. He helped set up projectors. He didn't talk much, but he smiled politely and rarely missed a day of work. Eli had graduated the year before Ava disappeared. He didn't go to college. He didn't leave town. He just stayed. Kept to himself. When police first asked about Ava, Eli said he hadn't seen her. But when shown the footage from Tilden's Pharmacy, he admitted he'd lied. He confessed they'd spoken for a minute or two, nothing more. She asked if I wanted to walk, Eli said. I told her I couldn't. That was it. Why did you lie? Detective Sarah Marsh asked. He shrugged. I panicked. I didn't want people to think I had anything to do with it. But Eli's lie changed everything. Now he was the last confirmed person to see Ava. As search efforts intensified, Eli's world shrank. Whispers followed him. Students from McKinley High speculated online. Some claimed Eli had a crush on Ava. Others said he followed her home once. Rumors, mostly, but rumors have sharp teeth. At first, the police treated Eli as a witness. But after he lied, the tone shifted. Detective Marsh began visiting his home. His mother, Judith, sat in on the second interview. Did Ava seem upset? No, Eli said. Did she talk about meeting anyone else? No. Did you follow her? No. But something didn't sit right. Eli was nervous. He fidgeted. His answers were too neat. When they checked his phone, they found his texts with Ava had been deleted. But digital forensics recovered a few. One from Ava read, "You don't have to wait for me." Another from Eli said, "I just want to talk somewhere quiet. That's all." That message was sent the night before she vanished. When confronted, Eli said he didn't remember sending it. It wasn't weird, he said. I just wanted to apologize for something. That's all. What were you apologizing for? He paused. I think I said something wrong earlier that week. Made her uncomfortable maybe. What was it? He didn't answer. The more they pressed, the less clear his story became. Police searched Eli's apartment. They found nothing conclusive. But in his closet, they found a notebook filled with sketches, faces, mostly. One of them unmistakably resembled Ava. The sketch was dated June 1st. By the 10th day of Ava's disappearance, Eli was no longer a witness. He was the prime suspect. But there was no body. No witnesses. No hard evidence. And without any of those, the case stalled. Still, one thing was clear to everyone in Crestwick. Eli Corman was the last person to see her alive. 2 weeks after Ava's disappearance, police gained access to her private journal. Tucked into the lining of her backpack, the spiral-bound notebook revealed more than anyone expected. She'd written about feeling watched. About how someone had left an anonymous note in her locker reading, "You're not like the others." About how she sometimes felt uneasy walking home, like someone was just behind her, matching her steps. The most chilling entry came 6 days before she vanished. "He says he understands me. But I don't know what he wants. He's too quiet. I don't think I can trust him. I shouldn't have told him about the field." The field, a patch of old farmland behind Millford Park where kids used to sneak out and smoke. Ava mentioned meeting someone there once. She didn't say who. But detectives now had a new theory. On June 17th, search teams combed the abandoned field behind Millford Park. The grass was knee-high. Mosquitoes swarmed. And there, beneath a rotting sheet of plywood, they found a shallow fire pit filled with charred paper, a half-melted lighter, and the remains of a canvas shoe. It matched the description of Ava's sneakers. Cadaver dogs reacted near the edge of the field, but no body was recovered. Soil samples indicated something had decomposed nearby. But again, no body, no conclusion. Eli was brought in again. "Have you been to the field?" "No." "Did Ava mention it to you?" "She said she liked it there. Said it was quiet." "You told her you wanted to talk somewhere quiet. Was that it?" Silence. "You drew her face the day before she vanished. You deleted your texts. You said you didn't see her, but you did. Why?" Eli looked at his hands. "I didn't hurt her. That's not what I asked." 26 days after Ava disappeared, a call came from a woman in Greenwood County, 90 miles away. Her daughter had gone hiking and found something in an old drainage pipe near a disused quarry, a phone, wedged between rocks, water damaged but intact. It was Ava's. The forensic team extracted part of the phone's memory. Most of it was corrupted. But one file survived, a blurry, silent video taken the day she vanished. The camera is pointed toward the trees. Ava's face appears briefly. She looks startled. Her mouth moves. She turns sharply. Then the screen goes black. For a few seconds, a shadow moves behind her. No face. No voice. But something about the way it moved, the timing, the tilt of the head, felt familiar. Detective Marsh watched the footage 6 times. Then she ordered Eli's arrest. But when officers arrived at the Corman apartment, it was empty. Eli was gone. On the table was a sketchbook. On the last page, a drawing of Ava. Her face was peaceful. She was holding something in her hands, something that looked like a sunflower. And beside the image, in shaky handwriting, "I just wanted her to listen." A statewide manhunt for Eli Corman began the next morning. His face was on the news, his name trending online. Tips poured in. Some placed him on buses heading south. Others claimed he was hiding in abandoned buildings. The FBI joined the case. Eli's digital footprint was dissected. Surveillance images showed him boarding a Greyhound bus in Pine Hollow, destination unknown. A ticket stub left in a trash can suggested he might be headed to Virginia. But he always stayed a step ahead. While tracing Eli's connections, investigators interviewed a former classmate, Hannah Greeley. She recalled a time in junior year when Ava confronted Eli after finding him following her. She told him to stop. Said it wasn't okay. I remember because it was the only time I ever saw her angry. Why Ava never reported it remained a mystery. Maybe she thought it was nothing. Maybe she wanted to handle it herself. But it was the first documented sign that something had been wrong long before June 2nd. On August 3rd, 2 hikers found a shallow grave near a hiking trail in western Maryland. It had been covered with branches and loose dirt. Inside were human remains. Dental records confirmed it was Ava Delaney. Her sunflower sneakers were buried beside her. Eli was arrested 6 days later at a diner in rural West Virginia. He didn't resist. He said only one thing to the arresting officer. "I just wanted to explain." In custody, Eli confessed to everything. He'd lured Ava to the field. Said he needed closure. Said he wanted her to hear him out. She wanted to leave. He wouldn't let her. The struggle was brief. The rest, he said, was a blur. In court, he pleaded guilty. Life without parole. Ava's family sat in silence as the judge read the sentence. Outside the courthouse, Carla Delaney spoke once to the press. She was light in a world full of shadows. "I hope no one ever forgets her name." They haven't. A memorial was placed in Millford Park. Every year, someone lays a single sunflower at its base. To this day, no one knows who. But everyone remembers the truth. He was the last person to see her alive.